room. B.
Good afternoon. Sorry for the delayed start this afternoon. We've been in lots of other committees, and so we have to get a quorum. So we now have a quorum. And so, Clerk, if we can call the roll, we can also get proxy set.
Senator Craig, you got a bill.
I have a bill, your favorite bill. It's Senate Bill 1323, Skill Games Penalties.
All right, committee will bring its attention to 1323.
All right, this is not new to anybody on this committee. The Virginia Game Commerce Regulation Act established in penalties. It establishes the Virginia Gaming Commerce Regulation Act for the purpose of providing a regulatory and registration scheme for electronic gaming devices in the Commonwealth. The bill authorizes and specifies the registration requirements for the distribution, operation, hosting, and play of electronic gaming devices as defined in this bill. The bill also imposes a $1,200 monthly tax on each electronic gaming device from each distributor as defined in the bill, and provides for the use of such tax proceeds after deposit in the Virginia Gaming Commerce Regulation Fund established in this bill, with most being distributed to Elementary and Secondary Education Fund, also established in this bill. The bill directs the Virginia Lottery Board to promulgate regulations no later than June 30th, 2026 to implement the provisions of the bill, and authorizes the ABC, Virginia Alcoholic Beverage Control Authority, to grant a provisional registration until the Virginia Lottery Board regulates are promulgated to any entity that meets the prospective criteria. So basically, this bill is going to establish legal gaming in the state of Virginia. The Commonwealth has lost over $1 billion that could be put towards schools, roads, and other most needed things in the Commonwealth. My bill has a robust monitoring and strict regulatory system it promulgates, and it's a permanent and significant tax revenue for the state and localities. I call it the TER, tax, enforce, and regulate, and that's what this is about. Illegal machines are flooding our Commonwealth for the last several years. As current, it's created a system that's worthless, confusing to law enforcement. They can't even enforce this because no one will uphold this. Commonwealth attorneys will not do anything about it. So really, we're just allowing illegal gaming to continue in our Commonwealth. My bill will have a regulation label on each machine, so it will allow law enforcement to know if it's a legal machine or an illegal machine. It creates a strict regulatory process for the suspension of any electronic gaming machine license. It requires broader and more strict background investigations by the lottery, and it regulates all types of gaming. Again, the flat rate is $1,200 per machine. It's easy to administer, and it caps the machines in the Commonwealth at 30,000 machines. It's going to generate approximately $36 million each month, with over $400 million in a year. The effective date would be July 1st, 2025. We'll have 3 machines in non-truck stops that are licensed to sell lottery, and 7 in truck stops. We have registration fees in lines 1279 through 1286. And one of the most important things for me is the underage play. No one under the age of 21 may play or win. There will be signs on the machines, and there's a violation of a Class 1 misdemeanor. For you, Senator Evan, we have a voluntary exclusion in line 453 through 476 for people who have a gambling problem and put their name on the list. It mirrors the Virginia Lottery's process. This is not an industry bill. It's just a compromise that I've been talking to people across the Commonwealth that want to see illegal gaming legalized. I'm very proud of all the enforcements in my piece. It has a very stringent and teeth in the regulation for people that are going to break the law and continue to be illegal in Virginia. Most important, it supports hardworking Virginians and small business owners in our Commonwealth.
Thank you, Senator. Any questions of the patron? Senator Evan. Senator Evan, you're in queue. Do you have a question now, or do you want to wait
Thank
until
you,
after?
Mr. Chairman.
Support decision.
So, Senator Craig, you said this would authorize up to 30,000 machines across the Commonwealth. Do you know how that compares with all the machines already operating in casinos today? You know, in terms of scale, is it more or than we already have?
You mean how many are in each casino?
In total.
I do not know that answer.
Maybe
sir.
someone else could tell us when they testify. But, Mr. Chairman, You said, the senator said that no one under 21 can play or win. How would you stop them from depositing money into these machines, someone underage?
Senator Craig.
All right, let me look this up, Senator, Mr. Chairman, Senator Evan. I have a long list of things. Right now, I'm just going to try to give a quick answer. Just like with lottery, when you go into a store and they have the machines right by the door, we put strict regulations that if this is violated, they will be either Class 1 misdemeanor, third time it could be up to a felony.
So, Mr. Chairman,
Senator Evan.
you could, if you look like you're 21 or the clerk's busy, would there be anyone stopping you from putting money into the machine and playing, other than that you could get in trouble if you were found out?
Let me look up this.
Because, Mr. Chairman, the reason I raise it is it gives me concern because when we have casinos, they usually verify your age and.
Through a license.
All right, I want to take, while you look that up, Senator.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and take support and opposition, that we've got time to maybe dig into the bill and get some precise lines for everybody.
Thank
So I'm going to ask that those are in support of the Senate bill. Please come up, state your name, organization, and support, please. 5 minutes for and against.
Mr. Chairman, members of the subcommittee, I'm Dr. John Sensich. I am a professor and criminologist from Pennsylvania Western University. I'm an adjunct professor of law at the University of Pittsburgh, but I'm here in my own personal capacity. I would like to start by saying 20 years ago, almost to this day, the Senate of Virginia unanimously passed a resolution commending me for my work against illegal gambling enterprises, devices like this, throughout the Commonwealth. Now, having said that, I don't take a position one way or another. I came up at this opportunity one way or another on whether these devices should be legalized. I do commend Senator Craig. I think there's a lot of good wording in the bill. She accurately depicts it as electronic gaming and gaming in Virginia. But there are three issues that I hope, and the reason I brought up my past, I'm an expert witness. I testified all across the Commonwealth of Virginia in circuit courts.
Thank you. Are there some specifics, clarity that you can provide to the subcommittee? We get your credentials.
Okay.
If there's something specific
Yes,
about the bill,
three.
that is the time to help us inform
Yes.
about the bill. Thank you.
Yes. So I submitted a report, went to you, Senator McPike, and to Senator Craig's office. The first is that in the definition of the device, it says the outcome is based predominantly upon the skill of the user. That's diametrically opposed with an electronic gaming device. And I wouldn't be so sure that most of these devices are based upon the predominant skill of the user. But the easiest fix is to insert elements of chance in that definition, and then the device is legal. Because the way it stands right now, users of the device and operators of the device are subject to having those devices seized under federal law and state law. The second point, and I only have three, the second point is that there are ploys currently being used in Virginia where coins and currency are not being deposited in the devices. That's not addressed in this piece of legislation. But I would say that House Bill 2747, lines 761 through 763, does a very good job of addressing that. And I would invite the committee to take a look at that.
Thank you.
And one more, if I may. The last and probably the most difficult is in the legislation, it says that the game cannot be modified during the game. My recommendation, what I submitted to you and to Senator Craig, is that it cannot be modified from game to game. Skill is honed from game to game. And the way it's written right now, somebody could be playing that game, getting better each time they play the game, and then the device, through its own internal mechanisms, can fraudulently, some devices will deal losing combinations to that user and defeat any elements of skill or defy the laws of probability. I hope that you'll take my recommendations in the spirit for which I offer them. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm dumbfounded by the last statement that there would be potential for fraud, so thank you. That was tongue-in-cheek. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, I'm resuming time. I paused. The bill is before the committee. Is there a motion?
Good report.
There's a motion. And is there a second? Second by proxy. Is there a second? Is a question.
I don't have a proxy.
Can I vote? I don't
All right.
like silence. Silence is not
There is
good.
not a second to this bill. It'll be heard in
Right.
full
I'll be back.
without a second.
See you next year.
Thank you.